Welcome to CAD with Mr. Yu. In today's video, we'll be looking at the construction of the tangent to a point on a given circle. In the previous video, we looked at the construction of a common internal tangent to two circles of different diameters. So we'll be starting the video now. Welcome to CAD with Mr. Yu. In today's video, we're looking at the construction of a tangent to a point on a circle. Then we'll be looking at the construction of a tangent to a circle from a point P that is outside the circle. Then we'll be constructing a common external tangent to two circles of the same diameters. And finally, we'll be looking at the construction of the common internal tangent to two circles of similar diameters. So we are doing 4 drawings in today's video, and we're looking forward to seeing you joining the class. Now, in the previous videos, we looked at the construction of the external tangent and the internal tangent. Now we'll be starting the video now. So the first thing that we're going to draw is our circle. So we take our compass, or if we're on AutoCAD, we draw the circle, right? So on AutoCAD, I've enabled the snap command by pressing this icon down here. So the cursor will adhere to the grid that is shown on the screen, okay? So I choose a point on the grid and I click there as my center. Then I'm going to enter my radius as 30, enter. All right, so this is our circle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to center the drawing for you in your space so you can see it a little bit better. So here's a circle, right? Now, the next thing you're going to do, so what I'm doing, I'm constructing a tangent to a given point on the circle. So I've drawn the circle. Let me label the center A for you. So I go single line text. I'm going to turn off snap. Then I'm going to choose a point here. The height, I'm going to make the height of my lettering 4 millimeters tall. Enter. Rotational angle 0. And then I press caps. And I want a capital A. Alright, good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to identify the point P, right? So the point P would be right here. So I'm going to label the point P right here. If it is specified, for example, at an angle, all right, I'm going to locate it at an angle, all right? So I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to turn on snap. I'm going to turn on object snap also to pick up the center. All right, I'm going to turn off. Hold on, I'm going to move the letter A. So I click on it, press enter by right clicking, and then I can move it. I'm going to turn off snap. I'm going to put it right here. All right, so I'm going to draw a line from the center, assuming that so I'm going to draw a line at the length will be 30 because the radius that I gave you was 30. And the angle, I'm going to put it at 60 degrees. Enter. All right. So that is if you're required to identify the point P. But sometimes it is random. Okay, so I'm going to label this point now P. Height before rotational angle 0. This point is P. Okay, good. Now, if we didn't have this line, right? The next step, so I'm going to delete this line, all right? That line was just to locate where point P is, okay? All right, let me get it back. I'm going to draw a circle there to indicate where the point P is. So the radius of the circle will be 1. Enter. All right, so that's where point P is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this line. The reason why I'm deleting the line is so that I can show you that sometimes that line is not given. So the first step normally when you're doing this question is you are to draw a line from A to P, okay? I just showed you how you would have set out P if it was given in your exam. So we're going to go line. Need to turn our object snap is on. So you see center, I'm going to go to here. Enter. So that's step 1, right? Step 2, you're going to construct this will be the normal. Step 2, you're going to construct a 90-degree or perpendicular at P along the line AP. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this marker. It was just a way to identify the point P. It's not required. All right. I'm going to show you how to construct the perpendicular at the end of the line without actually extending it. Okay. All right, so this is what you would do. You would go to arc, center, start, end. So the center would be here. The radius, we can make the radius 10. And look now, come across and we go across like that. All right. I'm going to label this point 1. Now you don't need to label it, just for today's tutorial I'm labeling it so you can follow. All right. So I'm going to label this point. Height is 4 millimeters, rotational angle 0. This point would be 1. Now I'm going to move it, all right? So I'm going to go to the move command. I'm going to click on the object, press enter. I'm going to select a base point and I'm going to move it like that. All right, so that's 1. At 1, we're going to mark an arc to intersect the semicircle that was just drawn a while ago with the same radius as the previous arc. So center at 1, I need to turn on object snap. Center at 1, radius 10, mark an arc. All right, that will be 2. So let me label it for you, 2. Again, you don't need to label it. I'm just labeling it so you can follow in the class, okay? So this point would be 2. So I go, height is 4, rotational angle is 0, and this point is 2. Right, so at 2, I'm going to mark another arc, okay? So I go send, I need to turn on object snap so I can pick up the point. Good. The radius here will be 10. Enter. Then this point will be 3. So let me label it for you, 3. We need to turn off object snap. So enter to get the accept the 4. Enter. This would be 3. So from points 3 and 2, right? We're going to mark. So 3 would be where this last arc intersect the first arc that with the first semicircle that we drew. Okay, that's where 3 is. So we're going to mark 2 more arcs from 2 and 3, same radius 10 millimeters. So from, going to turn on object snap. From 2, radius 10, mark an arc. Going to repeat the process. Center start in from 3. This will be 10. Enter. Where the arc intersect, the 2 arcs intersect, that is a perpendicular that is required to be drawn from this intersection to the point P. So we'll go line to the point P, enter. All right, so this line is this line was drawn using the principle of how to construct a perpendicular at the end of a line, right? So what we'll have to do, we have to extend it, all right? To show, the tangent is already there, but we want to show it, all right? So we're going to draw a random construction line so that we can extend it to it. So we're going to type extend, and when we click on it, there it is, enter. All right, now this line is not part of our construction of the tangent, so we're going to delete it. All right, we have come to the end of today's video. In today's video, we looked at the construction of a tangent and normal to a given point P that is on a circle. In the next video, we'll be continuing the drawing, and we look forward to seeing you in that video. Bye.
Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.